Yo, what is up, my gamers in Christ? How are we doing today? Hopefully we're doing well. If you take a look here, we got a brand new screen for you guys today. Brand new screen for the Rage and Resist crew. Now, unfortunately, our dear friend Mina is unable to join us for right now, but hopefully we're able to find her in the void. We're currently transversing the mist to try and find her. But while on our journey, we've got a lot to talk about in the Rage and Resist segment. First off, we're going to be talking about Epstein. We got a lot of Epstein related news. A lot. In some areas you may not suspect. After that, we're going to be talking about the DHS shutdown and all of that fun stuff that's going on there, all the agencies shutting down, and whether we think it's justified or not, stuff like that. And then finally, we're going to be going over our 2028 presidential picks, and that will wrap it up for the main topics. And then for personal topics, I'll leave that up to you guys' imagination until we get there. A little bit of suspension. Anyways, after this song goes off, I will enter into the realm of the void. Anyways, I just want to make sure I have all the things set, so we are ready to go. Oh, look at that Chad. I wonder what that could be what this man could be related to. This absolute Chadwick right here. I don't know what it could be related to, but I think we'll just keep the image on there. Oh, Mina is back. It appears Mina has returned. Ah, Kid is awake? Well, that's alright. That's alright, Mina. Don't worry. I'll make sure to add you in whenever you have a moment to be free. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be getting into the show. I'd say that's basically perfect to end off on. Basically perfect. All right. Yo, what's up, gamers?
Hello.
Hello. So today is the date of, I gotta check here real quick, February 17th on a Tuesday of 2026. And we've got a lot to talk about. We were actually talking a little bit before this about the Epstein versus Hassan drama. Did you want to continue on with that conversation?
Sure, because that's a
Oh, that's a fun one. So if you guys don't know, fellow content creator Hutch has put forward a hypothetical, and that is Jeffrey Epstein versus Hassan Piker. And Walt Rootsy, who do you feel is better in that situation?
like any sane person, I would say Hassan Piker is better than Jeffrey Epstein. I would say just about
Whoa
almost everyone
now.
alive currently, almost everyone alive would be better than Jeffrey Epstein.
Whoa, but Jeffrey had connections now. Think about how he could
Yeah,
leverage
he sure
those.
did have some connections. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so ridiculous, this like hypothetical of it started with Hassan versus uh
Trump.
Trump, and then it went from that to Hassan versus Memdani, and then all of
And
this. It's just
then third party versus Newsom, then Vance versus Newsom. And Destiny, Hutch, Hassan, and Vaush at every turn made the objectively incorrect choice in all of those. And I don't think it is a coincidence that they are also rich white dudes. Like,
I mean, it is quite a
only a rich
privileged
white
position,
would
isn't it?
be so luxurious, had lived such a luxurious lifestyle as to be like, yeah, Vance would be better than Newsom. Yeah, for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, for you. Meanwhile,
Right?
he's got us putting on the he's got women, not us. I
Right?
am a male. He's got women putting on Handmaid's Tale
Right?
dresses and marching in
I saw
order.
third party would be better than Dem. Yeah, yeah, for you. Yeah, yeah. Because none of the shit that the Republicans are going to pass is really going to hurt you. Like,
Amen. Amen.
fuck off. Fuck off.
Like, and I think this does speak to a wider issue of Hutch just not really. I think he's fallen down. I said it before. He's fallen down a meme hole, in my opinion, where he has completely just been captured. I don't know if it's necessarily audience capture or what it is. I think the idea of his ego getting in the way is pretty
Hmm.
apt too, but he's kind of betrayed his ideals because I remember I originally loved Hutch because he wanted to build a bigger coalition. You know, he wanted to make a coalition against the fascist, and I thought that was honorable. But why are we? But then he's just focusing on the role players in his mom's basement or
Yeah.
in their mom's basement, and
Yeah.
that's not the fascist.
And like I think I said this earlier, a lot of times it doesn't even feel like like his actual beef is with Hassan. It feels like his beef is with like the crazy people in Hassan's audience, which I get. Like that would be very annoying if like you were trying to present like a thought out position or you had like an honest opinion on something and people were constantly trying to like shift the narrative or accuse you of lying or
Hmm.
misrepresenting your words. But, like, if that's all it takes for you to choose Jeffrey Epstein,
Well, it's not.
like,
It's
you're in the
raising
wrong line of
Hassan's.
work. Like, you need to have
I
some principles to do
Oh,
this.
definitely, definitely. Well, I also think it raises Hassan's profile. You know, like I don't know how they don't they don't see this. I don't know how, but
Well, because, yeah, now everybody's gonna be like, "Look at how fucking crazy the liberals are. They're choosing fucking Epstein over."
yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude.
And what am I supposed to say? Like, yeah, that was a fucking crazy thing to say.
Like this hypothetical to begin with. Like why would you even propose it, you know?
Right?
It's so thought terminating, honestly. Like, oh, Jeff, obviously if you're a sane person who isn't driven by, I guess, beef or whatever, you're gonna
Right?
pick Hassan. And I'm not defending Hassan, okay? But
No, because
I don't
people and
think
please
what he
continue
would.
to make that clear because people don't understand that you can have like a nuanced take on that. Like it's not all or nothing. You can hate all of these people, but
Oh
still
yeah,
understand
for
the
sure.
pragmatism that goes into some of these choices.
Like I'm not personally, I'm not kicking Hutch out of the coalition anytime soon or any whatever that is. You know, this vague idea of a coalition is kind of weird to begin with, but I definitely am looking sideways. I'm definitely looking a little sideways right now. Like, why are we focusing on this? Is there more than
Yeah,
lefty infighting? Oh, yeah, there's a lot more. Typically, we talk about news, but this had just come up, and,
right. This
you know.
isn't even like this is just insanity. Like this isn't
Oh,
even
definitely.
this is insanity.
Just absolute insanity. But if we want to move past that, that was just something that did kind of irk me recently. If we want to move past that, we have a lot of actual Epstein related news in
Hmm.
terms of number one, Howard Lutnick. This guy's a fucking scumbag. Did you hear the news about Howie?
Yes, he do be in them files.
Oh, he's all over. You know, originally he said, what he originally said about Jeffrey Epstein was, I went to his house one time and he was a nasty dude. And he said, oh, it
Yeah.
was the fakest bullshit ever. He was like, oh,
He's
yeah, he had
nasty,
a
all right.
He had a massage table and he bumped me in the side and he said, "Those are for the right type of massages." And I was disgusted.
Right?
That's Howard Lutnick before the files came out. After the files came out, it turns out that this man took his entire family to the island one day.
That is a choice.
Oh yeah, and then it was weird in the interview because in the interview he said uh all of my kids were with me. It's like, why do you feel the need to I mean, I
Right?
kind of get it, but it's like,
Not that's not making it sound any better,
yeah,
but
it doesn't make it sound like you didn't know what was
what's
going
making
on there.
it sense?
So, do you think Howard Lutnick needs to resign though? That's the interesting
Obviously, he's
question.
not going to, but he does need to. I mean, they need to go to fucking jail. But
Amen. Well, I
I
do wonder to what extent did Howie, like, I did watch a bio vid by shout out to Political Fronts. But I watched a little bio vid on him, and he does seem like a okay dude, but then you have to ask, like, why would he lie about his connections? If, like, the lying is what
yeah.
kills me.
I mean, well then, like the fucking underage girls and trafficked women type shit.
Well, yeah, and I'm not. The thing is, like that, we don't have any evidence that he did any of that, right? But why would he feel the need to lie about it
Did.
if
Like
he
I'm so
didn't?
like I'm sick of the like we can't infer things. We can infer things. Like, why else are you there? Why else are you
I
going
mean,
there?
that is
Right?
very
Like
strange to bring. And why did you bring your entire family to a place known as Pedo Island?
like most court cases are won on circumstantial evidence. So I'm not going to need like a DNA covered fucking quilt to determine that you were probably fucking some women who weren't fully consenting to you fucking them
Well,
when you were on
that's
that island full of non-consenting and underage women. Like sorry. I feel safe making that leap of logic.
oh yeah. Well, um, I was about to talk about a point. My bad. I this person in my chat just totally
The first,
threw me off. Yeah, the first Trump dump happened.
right?
um,
You're not a trans man, nor could you beat any woman in boxing.
definitely not Jason.
I have no,
Jason
yeah,
is a
there's,
small man. He's a small man, and you know your manhood. Never mind. I'm not gonna talk about how small his penis is. Um,
he's just upset that a woman could beat him up.
I mean, hey, and you know, take pride in that. Don't be ups. Take pride in your in the society that raised a woman that strong.
Right?
Um. Oh, there was a point. Sorry, I completely forgot about it. But
Okay,
I
we can
might.
infer. I think we were off on the tangent of we could infer that these guys were fucking some women that they shouldn't have been fucking.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, okay, now I remember. Well, MAGA and the entire right seems to need a rape kit for these women. Like
Yeah,
that's how it feels. That's really how it feels.
yeah. It's similar to like the left after October, so the rapes on October 7th. And the like, well, how do we know it didn't happen? Because I mean, like we know that because
Oh
that's what
yeah.
happened in the scenarios.
It's just like complete denial.
Because
And
some of
now,
them because some of them survived to tell us, and that is how shit works. Like, I don't
yeah,
need a rape kit for October 7th. I don't need a rape kit for Jeffrey Epstein's victims.
well, you
They,
want to know something really disgusting? I watched disgusting dredge known as Matt Walsh yesterday with my stream, and he was
nice.
calling into question the survivors' story. He was saying they were lying.
Yeah, of course. What else are they gonna say? I
I
mean,
mean, this
how
is
else do you fight them?
insane. Yeah, I guess. How else do you fight this? But I mean, it's so gross because just like a year or two ago, these people were championing these women as as the strong, valorant women that standing up to the democratic hoax of Epstein.
That's when they thought all of their names wouldn't be released as to having been a part
Now,
of it,
well, it
right?
still blows my mind. It still blows my mind that the MAGA base took up Epstein as a core issue, because Jeffrey Epstein and Trump were known homies, like all the
Right.
way back. And so it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like I don't know, maybe that's how they work, how MAGA works. I do
Yeah.
see a lot of them fracturing though. I do see like dissent amongst the ranks.
I'm still waiting, and maybe they've already started with this with the conspiracy part, but I'm still waiting for them to start saying that all of these documents were like altered by the Democrats to
You
implicate
know,
Republicans.
they did
Like
try to do that with the I remember when the first like when it was first coming out, the Democrats had released a name that had released an email that had redactions on it. And it was Virginia Giuffre's name was redacted, and they were pretending like they, like she essentially, since she's dead, she's not a victim. Like, if somebody's dead, you still have to redact their name, I'm pretty sure, if they're a
I
victim.
mean, if you're an ethical person, yeah.
Yeah, true. Very true. But then they just released it with the House Oversight Committee, led by Republicans, just released it without any redactions. What a bunch of sweethearts they are.
Mm.
Well, speaking of redactions and all of that, Pam Bondi has
Huh.
said that this is the full release. Everything's out.
Yeah, she is a hoot, isn't she?
Oh my God, it was so hard to watch
It was
that
so hard to
congressional
watch.
hearing.
It was so hard to watch. Like some of my highlights, um, when she when the one congresswoman was like, and we're going back to you, Madam Attorney General, and she was like, I bet we are. And I'm like, yes, we are. Like, you're the person testifying. That's how this works. Like, yes, we're
Oh,
talking
there
about you
was
during the questions.
I
And
forgot
then
who. Oh, go on. My bad.
and then somebody else like accidentally called her secretary, and she was like, I'm the attorney general. And like the congressperson was like, I couldn't tell. I
I
was like,
was
no,
just about to bring that up. Yes, I couldn't tell. Oh, that was a dagger, dude.
right?
Straight through the heart of that of you know, to a certain extent, I do feel like I obviously don't have sympathy for her because she's obviously an evil demon,
Zero.
hellspawn. But I do like the entire Trump admin is just kind of pushing all of their unwinnable shit onto her. Like, think about it.
Right?
Tulsi Gabbard
Correct.
tried to bring treason to Obama, and she left
Right.
that in the lap of Pam Bondi. Like, what is she supposed to do with that? I really do wonder, like, what the Trump admin, or what Tulsi specifically, thought she was
Right.
gonna really.
Like it was almost unbelievable watching it. Like it was so farcical when she was like, Donald J. Trump is the greatest president in American history, and you have Trump derangements as
The
syndrome.
Dow! The
Now is
Dow!
up.
I don't know why
2000.
you're laughing. The
Right.
Dow! Sorry,
And I
I
was like,
just.
How, like, my motto for the past 2 weeks has just been like, how did we end up here?
Well,
Like,
I mean, there is. I mean, I kind of. Yeah, that is kind of. It's hard to believe that someone so enchanted by. I don't get it personally. And then how she brought a black book of senators' names or Congress members' names and what
right?
they were
Musk is
associated with.
though, because he's like, I'm gonna give you like an Olympic type score on what you've got in your burn book for me.
That's
I
so
was like,
funny. Well, there was something to come out. Sorry, I keep trailing off. I apologize. Um Anyways, I just completely lost that thought. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
Um, what were we talking about? Sorry, my meds just are kicking in, so.
Moskowitz grading Pam Bondi's burn book.
Oh, okay, Moskowitz. Yeah. What would you give her burn book a rating as?
Like a one. She had nothing. Like if you're gonna do that, at least like you have like a whole staff of people. Make it funny. You know what I mean? Like,
Amen. Something
like
else I noticed, did you see when she brought up, now I remember, sorry, I get distracted easily, ADHD and all of that. But did you notice that she had, so they were talking about how there's only 4 terminals to access the Epstein files, and she brought up how certain Congress members, she tried to use what certain Congress members looked up in the terminals against them, like
right.
kind of trying to imply that they're like pedophiles or something.
Yeah,
Like
of
I
course.
really do, like what was she, I have no idea what she was trying to do with that, besides obviously just paint the Democrats as evil,
Yeah.
evil demon
That's
satans.
literally all she was trying to do. Was distract from the fact that Trump's name was mentioned more times than God in the Bible,
Yeah, that's insane. I loved that little tidbit.
right?
More times than Harry Potter is mentioned in the entire series. How do you
Like he's
do that?
quite literally the main character.
Well, that does kind of lead nicely into my, the next thing I have for the Epstein is like, what type of role do you think Trump actually played? Because I think it's a much bigger role than what a lot of people are kind of, I guess,
Oh
implicating
yeah.
or assuming.
I mean, I can only imagine all sorts well, first of all, I'm sure he was like raping people, and I do
Yeah.
mean full on raping people.
Oh, yeah,
And
there's
then
evidence for it. So,
um definitely like all sorts of financial crimes, right? Probably like insider trading deals and like
hmm
illegal like loans and all of that funky business stuff that I don't know anything about. But yeah, I'm sure it was just crimes galore. What else would you
well,
do with all of those super powerful people?
what I'm saying is, I think he's more connected than just that. I think he was an integral part of this operation.
Oh,
I
probably.
really do, because if you look at uh, the times Mar-a-Lago is mentioned, the times Trump's name is mentioned,
Mhm.
it really does paint a picture that Trump played a much, much bigger role. Because right now, I'm assuming a lot of people are, or I think a lot of people are assuming, oh, he was just kind of, he knew about it and maybe partook,
No,
but he
he
didn't.
was doing it. He
No,
didn't just know it, he
oh
did
yeah,
it.
yeah, I think that's kind of what a lot of people think, but I think it's even deeper. I think Mar-a-Lago may have been a recruitment zone for Jeffrey Epstein, and
Yeah,
that's how they would funnel, one of the ways they would funnel women into this. And I think Donald may have gotten cuts from that and stuff.
oh,
And
yeah, I'm
so
sure,
and so I feel like there's a much bigger story, cuz I've
right?
watched a couple.
There's no way he was that involved only for the sex part, right?
Yeah,
Like, he was definitely
exactly.
getting something else out of it.
That's how I feel. And the fact that Mar-a-Lago, do you remember when, I think it was the initial release and it was his contact book, and what I Mar-a-Lago and Trump's name and his New York estates as well were mentioned very frequently. And so I kind of
Uh,
think, what's
yeah,
up?
it is yeah, yeah, it would make sense. It would make sense.
But then it kind of begs the question as to like, what if we may have like cut off the head, but is there even more of this stuff going on? How do you feel about the
This
blackmail claims that he would
this
blackmail people?
Oh, for sure, for sure. What else would you do with that? Like, what was Jeffrey Epstein getting out of it? Like money and power and blackmail, right? Like, what else are you gonna do? Like, why else would you do that?
I mean, very true. I kind of wonder that
I would
Besides,
do
well,
you have that kind of like information on that level of people, like why wouldn't yeah, I would be blackmailing people if I was Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know if I could ever, I don't know, I don't know if I could ever be Jeffrey Epstein. I'll take that hard
well, I would
position.
hope that I could never be Jeffrey Epstein. But if I was, yeah, I'd
No, I
blackmail
know
people
what you
with
mean. Yeah, for sure. So do you think now that his all of his stuff has been seized, do you think the US has that blackmail now?
yeah, I think the DOJ has it. Yeah.
Interesting, huh? That is something like it's so crazy to say that the criminals are in the White House and that they are the ones who
Quite
have
literally, there's a
access.
criminal in the White House. He's a 34 times convicted felon. Like, there's quite literally
Oh, there's more
a
than that.
criminal, like someone who was convicted of fraud, no less, in the White House. Criminal
Some
fraud 34
someone who
times.
got sued by the DOJ for not renting to black people. That's my fucking like that's like so discrediting in my opinion and just
Yeah.
shows people want to talk about the crime bill. Fucking Trump was doing it in the 70s, 80s and 90s. He's just
Right?
not renting to people that were black. He
Yeah,
is
of course.
yeah. But it is kind of crazy to just think that the criminals are in the White House and they have complete access to all of this evidence. And my fear is that, Trump has been known to take a couple secret documents here and there.
Here and there, or
Yeah,
maybe
I
like
just
what, 25,000 of them
yeah,
or something.
25,000, leave them in a bathroom. That, it's a fun time.
Like, sitting
He just
out.
uses them as toilet paper, I heard. But the the fear I have is that if Trump leaves, we don't know, or whatever one of his slugs gets if Vance
Yeah.
becomes president, I still feel like Vance would even do something like this where they take that blackmail information and use it to their
Oh yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
That's
These
my
people are
like big
morals.
fear.
Hmm.
Well,
They're amoral people. They're completely amoral. Of course they will.
do you do you feel like Jeffrey Epstein is still alive?
No, I think he's dead.
No? Yeah, you think he's
Yeah.
dead?
He,
I
he
don't know, man. There's some guy in Israel that looks exactly like him. No, I'm joking.
he's
The
dead. Him, Elvis, Tupac, they're all dead.
Oh no, Tupac's still alive. Didn't you see that
No, Tupac
hologram
is
of him? That
definitely
was so real. How could he not be alive?
right. Because speaking of sexual predators, Puff Daddy like admitted to killing him in that Netflix documentary.
Whoa, I didn't know about that. I do know the story. It was about Tupac and how yeah, the guy was totally hired by P.
Yeah,
Diddy.
yeah, he totally hired somebody to kill him.
Totally
Yeah.
fucking hired, which is fucking very sad because two icons, Biggie and Tupac, but P. Diddy is someone else that is get. How did they fail that case? I haven't looked into it, but
Oh my God. So if you watch it, and obviously like it's a documentary, so that some of it is edited, but they interview like two of the jurors at the end, and like the one was just like a straight up fangirl. Like she started out
no
by being
way.
never been a fan, but then like by the end, she was talking about like, and then he like looked over and smiled at me, and it was that same smile he used to give like contestants on Making the Band, and we just kind of like knew, and I was like, "Are you hearing yourself?"
No
And then
way.
the other juror they interviewed was like an older gentleman, and he basically just blamed the women for everything. He
Oh
was
my
like, "Well,
god,
why
big
didn't
shock
she
there,
leave
right?
him? If he was beating her up, why didn't she just leave him?" And it's like, I don't know, maybe because we
They
watched her
literally have a
like
video, don't
video
they,
of
of
him like
Sean
dragging
Combs.
her back by the hair when she did try to
Yeah.
leave.
Oh my. So I know it was one of the Comeys that indicted her, correct? Or was in charge of the prosecution.
Of Puff Daddy?
Yeah, I believe it was James Comey's daughter, from what I
Was
remember. Yeah, and then there was a whole Then she got fired by Trump, and that was a whole like scandal in the beginning era of Trump 2.0. I think
Oh,
that's an interesting
yeah,
little tidbit there. Oh, the Comeys strike again. Yeah, the
right?
jury selection must not have been nearly as rigorous as it needed to be
Yeah,
if
for
that's.
sure. And then there was some other fuckery with the press going on, I think. Oh, they didn't sequester the jury. That was it. They didn't. I was like, how do you not sequester that jury? Like, that is the type of case that, like, jury sequestration is
So
like
what is
made
a
for.
jury sequester?
So, like, that's when they take the jury and they're like, you can't have access to the outside world while this trial is going on because it
Oh
will,
yeah.
like, you'll see this is all over the media. It's going to bias your perceptions. So, like, we're going to put you in a hotel and kind of like lock you in this hotel room without like access to the outside world until after the trial is over, which is exactly what they needed to do here because, like, Puff Daddy had like a bunch of influencers, like huge
Mm-hmm.
influencers, like in his pocket, like doing his dirty work for him and like PR rehab. And then the jury just got to go home every day and like consume that. So it's
That's
like, why
true.
wouldn't
I
you,
this
why
runs
wouldn't you?
into an issue. Sorry, go on. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's the exact type of case that you're supposed to sequester people on.
No, for sure. I why didn't I guess why didn't they do that? That's
I don't know. I don't know. And
insane to me.
it
I
never
think
explained in the documentary why they didn't do it. Just that it
there
just said that they didn't. Yeah.
this speaks to a big issue in America is just we don't have updated laws to deal with things like this because like anybody could see that coming from a mile away if they have any form of social media training or any form if they even have a
Common sense. You
basic
just need
grasp
common sense.
of
Yeah.
how the internet works and how money works on the internet. A lot of things that happen on the internet are just astroturfed. They're not real, like issue like the trans in bathrooms issue.
Yeah.
That is a completely online. I don't think you would have seen that if we didn't have the internet, because
Yeah.
people would have not cared.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't. So some examples of like other trials that have had juries sequestered, like O.J. Simpson, Charles Manson, Bill Cosby, Casey Anthony, George Zimmerman, Derek Chauvin. So like Puff Daddy should definitely be on that list.
Oh,
Like
for
I don't know
sure.
what else to say.
He's
Right?
getting out sometime soon. That's what's
Yeah,
insane.
he only got like 4 months.
This
Yeah.
man had thousands of bottles of baby oil. What the fuck? Like,
Which
come
is really like if
on.
you know the whole story, like that's like the least concerning. Like he was raping men
Oh
and
no,
women,
he was a horrible
like
dude.
and
Yeah, but the baby oil
blowing
is the meme.
cars up, and yeah, like he's like a legitimate like threat to to society.
Well, there has been, I think there is some astroturfing going on in terms of something I've noticed within at least the certain edgy spaces is it's the acceptance of pedophilia. It's something
Yeah,
that is happening.
I mean,
Uh
as long as it's not like 10-year-olds and below, it seems to be like an okay thing.
oh yeah, well, I mean, if you go too deep in the Groiper sphere, even they, would disagree with that. But it is there is a I feel I don't know if it's astroturfed, but as in like paid for, but there is an effort to normalize these predators and accept them as somebody that is just part of society. That's how it kind of
Yeah,
feels.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
And I mean,
I
I
won.
think part of it is linked to like the backlash and like that we've seen against women and like women's rights, right? Because like those
Yeah.
things tend to go hand in hand.
Oh, for
So it,
sure.
yeah. So yeah, I totally agree. Like
Now,
it doesn't seem
I don't know
to
if it's
be.
the what I'm wondering is it funded by some like it can't be just normal people are not okay with pedophilia and stuff like that. So
I think it's
I
just the fear of having to confront like, your team, right? Like, I don't think I don't
Yeah,
think
expand
that,
on
like,
that.
your average Republican is like, "Yeah, I'm okay with pedophilia," but, like, if you lay this all out to them, it's easier for them to, like, come up with some excuse for it or, like, a way to write it off than to have to, like, confront the fact that they may need to switch teams.
True, very true. And at that point, if you're locking arms with the pedophile, doesn't that kind of, what does that say about you?
And I think
I
that's
don't know.
played out by the fact that, like, if the people on the opposite side were doing the pedophilia, they would be frothing at the mouth and losing their minds, right? So it's not
Oh
about the
yeah.
pedophilia.
It's
It's
so
about
ironic that they
yeah.
they were the ones protecting kids, which we all knew from the start was bullshit, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so ironic that that has come around and bit them so hard in the ass with these
Mhm.
Epstein files. I was gonna, I think the next Democratic candidate has a very unique opportunity with the Epstein files, actually,
You
because
know,
the
that's
Republicans can't say, they can come out and say, like, the candidate can come out and say, this time I'll release the full Epstein files, no redactions, none of that. And they're in a unique position to actually do that because the Republicans can't say that because they've been tainted by Trump. Like, no Republican can actually run on the Epstein files. Now, I don't think it should be like the number one thing, but it can be like the fourth or fifth thing. And I think that that would sway a lot of MAGA, honestly.
I don't know if anything will sway MAGA because it's a cult. But I'm
You
a lot more
know,
black pill than you on
I know
that.
you are. I know. I think I can change anyone's mind given enough time. But the people in my chat some days, not the based libs or the based left or. Oh, is Mina here?
She's even the
Hey,
Oh,
Mina, what's up?
wait.
Yo,
I
what's
still
up?
don't have perms.
Wait, I think
Oh,
Linda gave me
geez.
access to give you perms now. Nope, still don't have. Still
Well, I
can't do
am
it.
Yeah.
so sorry. I wonder if I'm able to give you perms. Let me check.
Uh,
Rolls?
that would be nice.
She was just patiently sitting in the waiting room waiting for one of us to notice.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Does a senator, I think, I, I don't know. I'm trying to give you Praetorian status, but
Yeah, I don't see it either. We're gonna have to ask Kalinda to do it.
we're gonna
I mean,
have to
she said
ask
she did it,
Kalinda.
but I guess there's like some conflicting perms and
Oh, one moment, Mina. I'm getting your face in here. How have you been, Mina? How are you doing?
good, just a bit uh I don't know, I guess under the weather as per usual. For me it's
Oh,
like sickness is just the new normal. It's just
oh, I'm sorry about that. Well,
yeah,
I
it
have to
is. I mean,
congratulate
there's
you. Well,
oh,
I'm
thank you.
doing very well,
Our
but I have
fundraiser.
to. Yeah, your fundraiser's absolutely kicking ass. Over a thousand
Yeah, I was not
dollars.
expecting that. Yeah.
Now, I'll be putting a link to it in chat after we're done here, but it's very impressive. $1,000 for the people of Ukraine to fight this horrible, horrible winter.
Yeah. Hopefully
Anyways,
we can help some people at least sleep a little bit better at night.
yeah, for
'Cause, yeah,
sure.
the winter is just not to be messed with right now. And
I
there's like
found some.
outages. So like right now I'm even struggling to like contact Anna because it doesn't look like she has any internet at the moment. So yeah, it's unfortunate.
Did you announce on your Discords, Mina? I just did it in Kalinda's for
Oh,
you.
I have
I
not
forgot to
done
announce that
anything.
I'm live. Oopsie.
I did it for you too, guys.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
thank you.
Thanks.
I was just taking
Um,
care of the box, so
Bill just sent me something very interesting in Discord. Do you have access to the side chats or?
No, I do not.
Okay,
Have
I'll
that.
send it in the general. or the stream suggestions. This is some absolutely horrifying. I mean, apparently Kalinda is in the files.
Oh
Apparently
no.
Kalinda is in the files. Thanks for being a
Surely
member,
not.
Kalinda. These changes will go into effect January 6th, 2020. She's a member. That's not good. We'll have to ask her about that at some point. Anyways,
Really?
Mina, Jeffrey Epstein or Hassan Piker? Who are you choosing?
Hassan.
You know, some
Amen.
people have a hard time making that choice.
Yeah, nine out of 10 liberals can't answer this one simple question.
This discourse is so stupid.
I agree. We were talking about it earlier, but it's just so
Yeah.
dumb, dude. Like
It really is.
80% of our ideas aligned. Like, so I don't, yeah, obviously. But before you joined, we were just talking about, what were we talking about? I kind of forgot.
Oh, Puff Daddy. We were talking about Puff Daddy.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Puff Daddy. So the P Diddy himself, the
Which was
trial
not
of the
really
century.
planned,
Oh no, it wasn't planned, but we like to go a little off the rails out here, you know what I'm saying? It's why those gears don't line up. Anyways, what I now I remember. So we were kind of talking about how there is it feels like there's, or I feel like there's a concerted effort to normalize pedophilia, and I don't know if it's necessarily astroturfed or if it's what it is, but it definitely feels like there's a effort by someone out there to normalize predators and normalize just the act of pedophilia.
And for the record, I do, just because I am picking up on the undertones that some people might think we're talking about Israel, we are not in any way, shape, or form. Like, if you are hearing that dog whistle, that is not what we are saying. Like, that is not what you guy
Oh
thinks is
yeah.
astroturfing. I don't think it's being astroturfed. I think it's an organic response to
Oh, is that
what
what people? Oh,
hand
I
in
didn't
hand.
realize that
Sorry.
Yeah,
people
no,
thought I was
it's
talking about
been
Israel.
they haven't yet, but it will definitely you're gonna either end up with a bunch of groypers or a bunch
Oh
of people that
geez.
think you are a groyper.
No, no, definitely not.
But,
Yeah, we love the
yeah,
people of Israel out here. They're great people.
it's just because I've been in these spaces enough to know, like, I know who's gonna be thinking we're saying that, and we don't
Oh
want them
yeah.
around.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for
Nor
sure.
do we want people to think we are those people.
Oh,
Uh
definitely.
But I
There
think it is more of an organic response that just goes hand in hand with like the rollback of women's rights, right? Because like a lot of this is just like sexual predation and predators generally target women. And that means younger women as well.
Oh, I've got a whole fucking document on the Robloxers. Dude, there's some weird stuff going on in Roblox, dude. You don't even understand. There's some weird stuff going on in Roblox. But anyways,
So I heard.
oh, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
Um, what also, Mina, is Jeffrey Epstein still alive?
No.
Thank
No?
you. Thank you for being sane.
Nuh-uh.
Are you sure there's somebody who looks exactly? No, I'm kidding. I can't even
Right?
Well,
meme it.
he's an active threat to Donald
Amen.
Trump. Like, there's no way.
How do you feel about the I kind of feel like the Trump admin murked him personally. I mean,
I
it
don't
was
know.
I
I
think
mean,
they
We
like,
talked about
did.
that last time. I mean, I don't think it matters in the
yeah,
grand
it's
scheme
a
of things.
lot of coincidence. Like it's a coincidence, the timing or whatever. If I even know all of the facts of the story, I don't. I'm just always generally kind of weary about like that sounds super conspiratorial, right? Like,
But does it for
is it
this
impossible?
admin?
It's not
Does it for
impossible,
this
but
admin?
I just don't know if this admin is capable of
I
pulling
mean,
something like that
that is
off.
true. That is very
Like, I
true.
don't feel
I
like
mean, I don't
Trump
think they need to be capable. I think they just need to find somebody that's capable enough to
But
do
Trump
this.
would, like, so I think Trump would have to, like, brag about it. He would have to be like, "I'm the guy that killed Epstein. My friend Jeffrey Epstein, I had to kill him in the end. He was a very bad dude. At first I thought he was a good dude. Now I think he's a bad dude. And your favorite president, Donald J. Trump, had him killed." Like, I just feel like it's something he would have to brag about.
Well, I mean, I do feel like, so while this term our agencies are basically neutered and don't know what
Yeah.
direction they're going, his first term the agencies were very competent, and they still are in the on the agent by agent level typically, but I don't know. That feels like something, like you said, he's very or like Mina said, he's very powerful to
Mhm.
like keep alive for Donald Trump especially. And it just is so weird that it lines almost exactly up with like when Trump, Trump's political ambitions were really starting to ferment.
I mean,
He's
if somebody
president,
did
and
get killed, I would lean more towards it being like, who else is in there? The Saudi prince,
the Saudi
right?
print, the person that
Like,
owns the.
I would lean more away from, like, the Trump admin and more to more competently evil people.
Yeah, true. I don't believe he killed himself
I mean,
though.
he was like, don't get it twisted. He was also involved with the CIA. Like, he was basically. Okay, take this with a grain of salt because I haven't done that much research into it. But
Hmm.
he was a bit of a like weapons smuggler for the CIA and for Mossad. Uh,
Interesting.
Obviously it sounds conspiratorial, but
Hmm.
this like it's been proven in the files
There is,
because
unfortunately, I'm not, anywhere near the Groypers or anything, but there are some mentions of Israel a couple times that do leave you like,
I
huh?
mean, I don't even think like it's like a Zog type thing. Like like the intelligence services just needed somebody with like uh a lot of resources and a lot of connections to do yeah, like weapons
No, yeah,
deals with
I get what
other
you're saying.
countries and other groups in the world. This is more like a geopolitical thing. It's not really something that has anything to do domestically in that aspect. So
I mean,
yeah,
I haven't done what the research I've done has been more about uh just who his connections are. That's what I've been kind of, because the connections are that's I want to know what was this ring truly about. Like it doesn't feel like we have the full story of Jeffrey Epstein's sex empire, or how he made his money, or it
well,
feels like a
more will
lot
come
of
out
pieces are
because
missing. Oh, well, according to
um
the Pam Bondi, not anymore.
yeah, but like other governments are now gonna
Oh
start
yeah.
investigating because they are implicated
Yeah.
and
I've been very
it won't happen like soon. It'll probably take a couple of years, but yeah,
well, I
there
was
will
talking
probably
to
be results eventually.
Rootsy about the fact that I think the next Democratic president has a unique, or the next Democratic presidential nominee has a unique position to say, I can release the Epstein files, and the Republican just can't because they've already been tainted by Trump. And they can say, I can actually release the full unredacted versions because I don't think, like, I truly don't think
Yeah, but
anybody.
also like after the midterms, I think Congress can do a lot more to actually twist their backs
Oh,
to.
for sure.
So yeah,
I mean, hey,
uh,
yeah, I do feel like we're gonna start finally getting power back and being able to do stuff. So that might be an option, but if it's still an issue by 2028, I really do feel like, I mean, maybe it's obviously not the first issue you run on. We don't even know what will be talking about then, but it could be like a fourth or fifth issue that could swing some of the rightoids onto their side. Just an idea, just an idea.
Yeah,
But
we will see. Uh, I I'm gonna stay.
Hmm.
How do you say? Like, I'm I'm not sure it's gonna be that big of a deal by then.
the
Temper the
It's gonna be
files,
expectation.
yeah, like when there's an actual Democrat administration, I think it's not gonna be that big of a deal anymore. I think it's gonna be more of a big deal when the midterms are in.
I don't think it's going to electorally make a difference at all.
I don't know,
I just
guys.
Yeah,
I think you're doubting
powerful
the
men get away with anything.
the right loves their conspiracies,
I
dude.
think the policies
Yeah,
that
but
Trump has implemented are much more of an issue for people than
like the
Well,
right
I
does love its conspiracies, but the right will make this into an anti-left conspiracy eventually. Like,
well, here's the thing, like I get the talking to, the average person may not care about this, but I kind of push back on that because this is what Donald Trump kind of ran on. This idea of the political elite getting away with stuff the average person could never get away with. It's kind of what started this whole disgusting fascistic experiment we got going on right now.
yeah, the
So I
only on
feel like,
Trump ever said was he could shoot someone in the middle of Fifth Avenue and get away with it.
yeah, I mean, I feel like this is something that a lot of Americans actually kind of this issue is something a lot of Americans actually identify with. The idea that no, these people shouldn't be above justice. They shouldn't be above the law, and the fact that they were allowed to do this, I think, upsets a lot of Americans. Uh,
Um,
Go on. Sorry.
uh, they are above the law. I'm just gonna say it. They are.
But I
Sorry, I
feel
know that's
like it
really
doesn't have to
and
be that
depressing.
way.
They are.
It doesn't have to be that way though, because I mean, right now they are, but I'm sure, all heard my spiel about splitting up companies, so I guess I don't need to talk about that. But it doesn't have to be this way, and and I hate that the average American feels like that because that creates more voter apathy than anything Hassan could ever do. The
Uh,
idea that
it might, but I just like I feel like we have to be realistic. Um, in terms of like I think one of the biggest drivers in voter apathy is like false hope, right? Like it's broken promises. So like
well,
a
I feel
politician
like
can
this
come and
is
make a
yeah.
bunch of campaign promises and then not be able to fulfill them, and people are like, well, you promised you would do it and now you're not going to do it, so why is the next guy going to do it? So like to me it's like I think we just need to look at things realistically. Like it will probably not be in our lifetime that men as rich and powerful as these can truly face justice, but like
I
maybe if we continue to vote and we vote the right way, maybe like our kids, you
I
know.
disagree. I think we'll be able to see the fruits of our labor fairly soon. If we have Obama saying get rid of the filibuster, and if we get rid of that, that opens up so many possibilities to
Uh,
actually
I
passing
don't want to get
legislation.
rid of that right now.
I do. I think Republicans' policies suck. They're horrible. They don't actually.
Yeah, but
And
if they
the
get
American
past
people,
it,
I need the American people to feel, it's the touch the stove phase,
except that they
unfortunately.
wouldn't, all they would pass right now is voter disenfranchisement bills. They would pass the SAVE Act and disenfranchise hundreds of thousands, if not millions of women. They would pass more legislation that would make voting even harder for people. Like in principle, yes, I want the filibuster gone, but pragmatically right now, I think it's the only thing that might be saving us like from full-on authoritarian collapse, which is a spicy take because normally I'd be like, yeah, get rid of that shit. But these days,
I see what you're saying. I mean, tactically right now, yeah, we should probably keep it, but I don't know though. because I want the American people, they they wanted this. This is what they wanted. And it feels like the ICE shootings definitely were a wake up moment for a lot of people, but it still feels like they haven't touched the stove yet. And,
Yeah, the only
I do
problem is
kind of
if we get rid of the filibuster now, we're never gonna be able to pull our hands off of the stove.
that is true. That is well,
Like,
I don't even think it's
pull our hands away.
possible. I don't think it's possible right now, personally. No, I don't
Mhm.
think there's anybody advocating right now, but here in the future, you can't vote people out if you can't vote anymore. Very true, Bill. Very true. Pragmatically, right now, it may not be the best time, but in the future, I think we got to get rid of this thing, man.
Yeah, in the
I
future,
think there
absolutely.
should be stricter term limits rather than actually fucking with the filibuster. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Term
that would
limits
also
for senators?
that would have to be a
Yeah,
constitutional
like
amendment.
not having them run over and over and over again, because
I'm gonna disagree, actually. I know, hard to believe,
like
but
at
I
a
don't think
certain point
term
you're gonna
limits are
need
gonna solve
to
the
like
issue.
actually like this is
I
not
think
just a Senate thing. I think like everything needs to have stricter term limits, more like
yeah,
less vague language about term limits, and actually making sure that
we shouldn't have dead
the
people.
old guard
Yeah.
like in the future like actually gives way to
But
like the
if we
younger
have term
people.
limits, then you don't get an AOC, you don't get a Bernie Sanders, you don't get all of these people
It
that
doesn't have to
are
be a limit of like one term. It could be like 10 years, right?
10 years,
Like
that's not long
20.
enough. I feel like 20 years is I feel like why do we have this
Because the
distrust for
issue is like
our represented
you guys have like
officials?
problems with like not enough change in the Senate, and that's
And
exactly
that's the
probably why.
filibuster is what's blocking that. No,
Because
because
then,
the people, hold on. The people in the next, they're just going to groom the next person to be exactly like them. It's not going to change
That's
anything.
not how
no,
that
no,
really
but
works,
okay,
though.
okay, okay. Here is why we have to have term limits, because these people get entrenched in there, and then they pass bills or they support legislation that makes it harder to vote them out of those offices, and then they become arcane and out of touch with the society. And if you don't have to worry about losing your job, you don't do your job very well. You do the bare minimum. That's just human nature, right? If you have
But I feel like that is
guaranteed
solved with
job security
gerrymandering. Like, I feel like,
100% of the time,
yeah.
but not necessarily, because if they're working on legislation that makes it harder to vote, or if the Republican Party or the Democratic Party at the state level is making sure that that person is never contested or can never lose an election, like so we don't lose the seat or
But
whatever,
that's
like you're just
gerrymandering. We need a
Like
law against
you
gerrymandering.
guys wonder why like the youth is like going further and further to the right. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, they don't feel themselves represented by the government. It's easy to fix that by actually having proper term limits.
Like
Like,
Dick
if you
Durbin
have
That's
was
like
not gonna
some
solve
guy that's
the
literally
issue.
like in fucking government for like 40
50 years.
years,
It's
Yeah.
yeah, like
easy to
that's
point to like
nuts.
old people and say that's the issue, but I don't think that's the issue. I think it's much, the Republic, I think it comes to things
It's
like
also an
gerrymandering where it,
issue with the Republicans too, because you have fucking
Mhm.
Republicans in government that are like fucking
Yeah,
90
Mitch
years
McConnell
old.
is a
It's
fucking corpse. He's
but
legitimately a
the
fucking corpse.
reason they are there in the first place is because of their gerrymandered districts. And so
Well,
if you
not
address
the
that,
senators.
yeah, but
Not the
that
senators. Stop. Not the senators, because the Senate
so
isn't gerrymandered. Like only the House of Representatives can be gerrymandered. Senate is a statewide election. Mitch McConnell is there because he doesn't have term limits. Like, and they once you get entrenched in that seat, it's almost impossible to get rid of a fucking incumbent. Like it is the number one predictor of who is going to be elected is who currently holds the seat. in the Senate. So it's like how often do we see sitting senators get uprooted and replaced? Almost never. It's almost constantly like a they retire situation.
Or
So
they
like the
die.
gerrymandering is, yeah, that could handle it in the House, but that's not going to fix the Senate issue.
Yeah. I could see maybe for the Senate. I don't know though, because I don't think it's gonna fix the issue that is that laws just don't get passed here in America. I think that's
And
just
that
a big.
the Supreme Court definitely, but that would take a constitutional
Oh,
amendment.
the Supreme Court, that's the number one. If the Supreme Court got term limits, that's like my goal, you know. I don't think these people should be allowed. I think they're much more of an issue when it comes to term limits cuz those are the people that rule on our laws, you know.
Mhm.
And they are just entrenched and obviously
If
captured by
you have
Trump
no
right now.
reason, like I said, if you have ultimate job security, whether you're a Senate in the House or sitting on the court, you have no reason to try to make any kind of principled decision. You have no reason to listen to your electorate. You have no reason to listen to the actual rule of law and not just be guided by your biases. Like all of those things go out the window when you have perfect job security and a cush fucking job at that, right?
Well,
Just like making
Supreme
millions.
Court. Yeah, I think there should be radical reform there. I honestly think it needs to be a system where each state elects a Supreme Court member. I do. I just think it's too fucked up right now that almost like a couple of people get to make decisions that affect the entire nation. I think that's ridiculous.
And I would think even with the term limits, like you don't have to choose House or Senate. So like what we used to see in the past was that people would start their careers in the House of Representatives and then you would run up the ladder. You would run up the chain of command, right? So you would start at the state level and your state legislature and then maybe governor or maybe you go to the US House of Representatives and then you go to the Senate and then you go to the presidency or the cabinet, right? Like what we're seeing now is that people aren't even doing that because they just get to stay where they are for 50 fucking years, right? Like, how long has Mitch McConnell been in the goddamn Senate? Like, my entire lifetime, I know that. So, like, how long has Nancy Pelosi been in the House? Like, if you really want to serve the electorate, like, and you want to continue to serve after you get 4 or 5 terms in the House of Representative, then you run for the Senate and you win
Well,
there. You convince the people that you did a good enough job at the lower level job in the House that you deserve
but if
the
the
higher
Senate
job.
if the Senate is only 10 years, then you don't then they're liable to
Well, it can't be
continue.
10
They're
years.
liable
It can't be 10
to.
years. I just threw that off the top of my head because
Oh, okay.
the law is that there's 6 years per term. So you could say like 18 years. That's more than enough time, right? For you to
Yeah,
either
18
enact
years is a good. I'd say 18 years is a lot more
But
fair. But
or
if it's
also
something small like
this will
10 years, they can.
encourage
Well, hold on.
this
If
would
it's.
encourage politicians to actually do something and
Yeah,
actually
but that's
be
the thing. That's
bipartisan.
what I'm.
But like,
I want to bring up a point real quick because if you elect these newer and newer people, they're much more likely to hop on just the latest trend and not actually have any principled positions. Kind of like Donald Trump, honestly.
but
You're
they're
going to get
also
more of those people.
or you could get more AOCs, right? Like you
I
get
don't think
less
so.
Mitch
You
McConnell
get less
and more
AOCs because AOC is
you
going to
get less AOCs because
you
you're
get
opening up,
AOC literally beat
yeah,
her incumbent.
you're
Like,
opening up more spots for AOCs to run, right? Like right now, the AOC, the next AOC can only run after the current AOC decides she's had enough time in the House of Representatives.
but with more AOCs you also get more people that are, you get more of this populist rhetoric, I feel.
Well,
but
currently,
that's
because
fine.
that's what's
This,
happening in the country right now.
it,
But like we
okay,
haven't always been a populist hellhole, right?
Yeah.
look,
I don't know. I'm
my issues that liberals have when it comes to populist things is it's not nuanced enough. Like the discourse is not nuanced enough. You look, I think, when it comes to populist policies on a case by case basis. Okay? when you see a policy and you look at the alternative, and the alternative is worse, don't let good be the don't let perfect be
Yeah.
the enemy of good.
No, I know
Okay?
what you mean,
So
but
so
there
like if it's a populist policy by somebody that's calling themselves, I don't know, social democrat or
it's not
democratic
the
socialist or whatever the fuck, like, okay, then like if the
it's not the
alternative is
populist
like some
rhetoric I
fucking
have an issue with. I'm sorry. It's not that. It's the issue I don't have an issue with that. It's the fact that they are much more likely to become, I guess the best word would be audience captured. I guess that would be the best word. To latch on to popular ideas that
But
are
in a
just popular at the time
But
rather
in a
than having a
democracy, if we have a democracy, I would prefer our politicians to be audience captured over corruption captured or over
yeah.
complacency captured, right?
Well, I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know.
I
I
think it
think
depends on
this.
what we're talking about. If we're talking about uh, geopolitical issues, then I would hope that there's like actual, commissions and boards that get properly like advised by the experts and
Well,
to then make a decision. But like y- you would hope that that would be the case.
let me give you
I'm
an
not sure.
example of kind of what I'm afraid
Like you
of.
have to,
Yeah, go on.
yeah.
No,
I mean,
sorry.
you have
I'll
like you have like in Congress the national security, like, what is it called? The commission
uh
or something
council.
or
We have
whatever.
committee- and in the House of Representatives, we have committees,
Oh,
Yeah.
committee.
Okay. So
committees in the
you
Senate.
have those that are, you know, they're the ones that are, fulfilling a specific political niche that the Congress wants to pay attention to. And you would then, I hope, actually listen to those committees that are actually briefed on specific subjects when, push comes to shove and there's a conflict that the US is involved in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, you're gonna have dissenters everywhere, as per usual. That's not something that's gonna stop just by, I don't know, fixing the term limits or not fixing the term limits. Like, you're always gonna have dissent, but
I guess
you would
what
hope
I'm
that people in those positions would have common sense and actually make sure that they're not gonna fuck over U.S. interests uh, for fear of being implicated in some kind of geopolitical controversy.
so
Like,
like what if there's a wave of anti-Semitism that sweeps across the US and it's during a midterm election and a couple people ride on that wave and they get in and because the incumbents aren't there, they're able to get in and talk about they're able
Well,
to
I
get
mean,
in and enact
you would
and
hope you would hope if our government is working the way it should, right? If we fix these issues and it's working the way it should, you would hope that the court would shoot that shit down.
well, what happens when we have a court like this, you know?
Well,
I
if
I
we had
don't
two
know. I just
court,
well,
we
if we
wouldn't
have
have.
term limits in the court, that would be amazing. I think
Mhm.
that's the goal we should go towards more personally is term limits for SCOTUS. I feel like that's more achievable personally because I don't think a lot of people are happy with SCOTUS's rulings recently.
No, because they don't have to be good rulings. They have ultimate job security. They don't have to do a good job. They just have to do shit. That's like
That's why I think we
they just have
should
to they just have to
have
say shit
elections.
anyway. Well, we shouldn't elect them. We elect our state courts, right? We elect our state judges. We shouldn't elect our Supreme Court. That should be an appointed role. Like that's the
I
balance
don't
between
know.
that's the balance between pure democracy and republicanism,
I mean,
right?
our government also appoints our. We also have a Supreme Court or like a constitutional court, and we also appoint the judges on there. And we don't really have the issues that you guys have. Like, uh, I'm not sure if we have proper term limits for our judges, but also our constitution is a bit more clear, I suppose, than yours because
Mhm.
it's not that old.
And if you're talking about electing our federal judges and our Supreme Court, then what's to say that those anti-Semites won't get on the court, right? Like you would hope that the rule, and this is all presupposing that the government is working the way it's supposed to work, obviously, right? But like in a world where the government works the way it's supposed to work, we would be appointing like nonpartisan people who actually follow the rule of law to the Supreme Court,
Oh yeah, we could hope. God, wouldn't that be a nice world to live in? Where they don't
right?
betray our trust. But speaking of betraying trust, did you guys know we're shut down right now? We have a partial government
Yes,
shutdown.
we are.
We are. Do you guys know what agencies are affected and stuff like that? I've got a.
DHS, baby.
I don't.
Oh yes, so DHS has shut down because
Thank God.
of,
Shut
yeah,
that
for
shit down.
real. Now,
Well,
unfortunate.
all except what's deemed essential, which I'm assuming ICE was probably deemed essential.
Oh fuck yeah, it was. And ICE is funded anyways because they got that big old beautiful bill. But I'm saying we need to keep this shit shut down for a while. Like longer than last time. I'm thinking like 2 or 3 months to really make these people feel the pain of what they. I mean, the ICE got away with killing 2 American citizens, and now there's talks about. Didn't ICE recently come out and say 2 of their agents were lying? The actual agency came out and said two of
Yeah, I
their
mean,
agents are lying.
I just wanna know, like, I hear a lot of this, ICE killed 2 American citizens. ICE killed also non-American citizens that they shouldn't have killed, right?
No, I agree, but
I get
for
that it
the
packs a bigger punch to the people that it needs to pack a punch with to say, like, they're killing American citizens, but they're killing
no,
innocent
yeah.
people, like, regardless of citizenship, which is just as wrong, right? Like, it's
No,
just wrong.
definitely. Well, I think the way in which the American citizens were killed too was just like blatant.
Well,
It
it was
was
egregious and uncamera.
obvious.
I
Yeah.
mean, we don't have the other ones and the other violations on camera the way we do, like, the Pretty and Good,
Yeah, they
but, like,
really
I'm assuming
fucked
they
up.
were
They didn't
just
just
as
fucked
yeah.
up with
I'm
Pretty
assuming
and
they were
Good.
just as egregious and just as horrible, we will never get to
Oh,
see the
I'm
video.
assuming they're even worse, to be
Yeah.
honest. I mean, remember when it was the mass deportation started and they were sending people to CCOT? There was
Mhm.
there were images of like bodies and they never addressed like who those people were, if they were just like concrete or something. I feel like CCOT, there's going to be some horrible, horrible stuff that comes out of there someday.
Oh, yeah. Huh, for sure.
So I am fully behind this shutdown, but it is going to affect things like the TSA, which is going to make airport security less safe, and it's also going to probably make flight times 10 times longer, I imagine. So but I'm, or flight lines, I should say. So, but I'm all for it. I really am. They're crooks, dude. They're
Yeah, that
absolute, and I don't think what the Democrats are asking is fucking crazy. Do you guys know their demands?
I
mm,
don't, but I don't care, just keep it shut down. At this point in time, I don't care. Minimize their ability to do anything as much as fucking possible.
Well, what I mean, it's simple stuff. It's you can't racially profile. Is that insane? Is that insane? Here, I got a list
Not to
here.
us.
Yeah, well, yeah, apparently like how is that even a point? I don't get it.
yeah.
Like they're literally racially profiling by going
Mhm.
to these Home Depots and stuff. But I got a list of the demands here. So the first one, the targeted enforcement. Oh, without so you guys know that ICE can essentially invade your home without a warrant. Did you guys know
Yeah,
that?
that's some bullshit.
Yeah, they've been doing that without warrants, correct?
Yeah, so that's the number. I think that's a totally reasonable demand. I
Yeah,
don't think
that's
that's
the bar is the fucking hell demand is what that
that's just
is.
like your normal rights, I'd say. Good for them not to violate their normal rights. No masks. Why do they even wear masks to begin with?
Because
I
they're fucking cowards. Because they
well,
know that some
obviously.
of what they do might get them into hot water a decade down the line, or they
Oh
don't
yeah.
want their neighbors knowing what they're doing, or they don't want their fucking churches knowing what they're doing. So
Or
they're
they don't
fucking
want to be on social media
yeah,
and
they don't want to be on
actually,
social
yeah.
media. Yeah, like fuck them. You're a coward. Take your
I
fucking
do
mask
feel
off.
like I feel like they're cowards in that I aspect because the third demand require ID. That's just a basic courtesy of any law enforcement to identify
Yes, that's how you know
themselves.
you're not being kidnapped by a bad guy. Otherwise, if somebody
Yeah.
snags me off the street and puts me in handcuffs in the back of a car I can't get out of, and you don't tell me you're a cop, how the fuck do I know I'm not being kidnapped by a serial killer?
Well, exactly. And that I have seen stories of people pretending to be ICE and doing horrible things to people. So I think that's totally reasonable. The issue is I think all of these are going to be reasonable. Protect sensitive locations. So essentially, should they be allowed to go into medical facilities, school, childcare facilities, churches, and polling? That's interesting. Polling places is one of them. That's a demand I think needs to be kept to its truest
Yeah.
extent, especially with the polling places. I don't personally think if ICE is going to be there, it's going to deter that many people, but it will deter a sizable amount, you know?
Uh-huh. They only have to deter enough to win one additional vote in each
That's
district or
true.
in each state. So
Well,
if they
no,
did, you know,
Donald Trump is definitely going to call into question all of these midterm results, so we need to be ready for that. Stop racial profiling. We talked about that. That's fucking insane. And that's how they use it too. They call it racial profiling. Like, what are we doing here? Uphold use of force standards. Expand training and require certification for the officers. Um, it's insane to me that there are only 47 days of training, I think it was, for President 47.
right.
So I think that's a pretty I think all of these are reasonable. Ensure state and local coordination and
Also,
oversight.
how long are driver's ed courses? I think that it takes longer than that to get a driver's license.
Well, let me tell you, as somebody who did have to take a class, it is longer. I think I was there
Right.
for about 2 months, but I got like a little insurance premium. Like I get a discount on my insurance
Did you
now.
learn a funny side story? The only thing I remember from driver's ed is what to do if a bee flies in your car because it was
What?
legitimately it
No
was one of
way.
the test. It
That
was like, what
sounds
do you do
way
if a bee
more
flies in your car?
fun.
And you're supposed to calmly pull over and roll your windows down. You're not supposed to exit the car. You're not supposed to try to handle it as you're driving. But like I, for some reason, is like forever like ingrained in my mind. Like what to do if a bee is in my car.
How often did
Oh
that? I
yeah.
mean, luckily for
I
for
think it's
us
one.
for us, we've completely decimated the insect population of the planet
Fair,
we live on.
fair,
So
fair. I think
we
once
don't
I had
have
like
as many.
a in my car, and I was like, "Oh wait, I know what to do."
Oh, I know. I remember this. I think I had a wasp in my car
I
once, and I'm
actually
deathly allergic to those
I'm gonna
things.
go to driver's school tomorrow
Oh, good luck.
because I don't have a driver's license because
Me neither.
it hasn't been really needed.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
I
mean, and
totally
when
need
you're
one.
not
The
needed as
state
much
doesn't
as
allow
here.
me to have it.
Um, so yeah, basically I'm gonna get my driver's license now, and basically the gist is it's really fucking expensive, but
Oh
I think in
wow.
the end I'm gonna pay like about like 2,000 euros all in
Oh
all
wow.
to
That
get my
is
driver's
fucking
license. Um,
expensive.
because it's mandatory to go to driver school. So we have to do theory. So basically it's
Whoa.
just you just go and to the class, to the theory class. I think you have to do like
You have
how
driver
many?
theory
Dude,
classes?
I know the
Yeah,
Europeans are so fucking they're
you have to
beating us,
basic
dude.
back in the day you had like a huge book that you had to basically memorize everything off, and you then go into your like you go and do the fucking theory like test, and if you have like what was it, and was it 10 mistakes, maybe less, if you have 10 mistakes don't you can't go into praxis, which is basically like driving actually driving the
Wow.
car.
That's
So
insane.
Well,
yeah,
now you know what to do if a bee
now
flies in your car, Mina. So you've got that one
There
down.
you
You're
go.
never
You got it,
I
dude.
mean, I nowadays it's basically via app, so you can study at home with the app, and you can like take the test at home, like basically mock tests.
Oh,
And
lucky. I was fucking my driving class experience was nowhere near as pleasant. I think I was like I had never learned to drive. It just wasn't something that my parents taught me, unfortunately. And so I had to go to like a class and I was like 8 or 20 years old in like a room full of high schoolers. It was very embarrassing to be like the 120-year-old there that's taking the class. But I did get a discount on my insurance, so that's nice. But to get my license back because I was driving on a suspended because I crashed into a car and forgot to give my insurance information. Anyways, side tangent aside, um I get a little
yeah,
discount on it. Oh yeah, sorry, I paused there for a minute. But
it's all right.
I do that sometimes. But I luckily get a discount on my insurance. The issue comes when I have to have an SR22 for the next like 3 months before I can get my license back. So there's like a weird restriction to where you have to prove that you've been on insurance, but you don't like I don't have a car right now.
right.
So it's a really weird system they have going on down here
Anyway, we
in
should call
the
this the Rage and Rambo podcast from now on. Sorry about that.
No, I think that's fine. I think
Just
rambling
like,
is
by the way,
fine.
this is for YouTube and drivers.
Yeah, I apologize. I paused there a couple times because I was thinking like, am I really talking about my driving experience? But yes, we are. We are. I think that's
You know,
important. We need to relate to the average American and out
Right.
here.
mhm.
But so it, we were talking about DHS funding, but or the
Right.
DHS shutdown. And what services will be shut down for that TSA, all the fun agencies that deal with Homeland Security. So after that, we have our 2028 presidential picks. Who do you guys got? Who do you guys got for your picks for 2028? It's very early. It's very
I want
early,
all
but
straight white men. I want
huh?
all top of the ballot. I want all straight white men. We're not ready for
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, I know. It broke my heart. That does break my heart because I was having a conversation with somebody at my gas station the other day or just yesterday, and they just kind of said, "Yeah, I don't want to vote for a woman." And it's just
Yeah.
how do you
Hmm.
I don't know, dude. That's bullshit. But Rootsy,
Yeah,
who do
you
you
wouldn't vote for your mom. Like,
I know, right? Like, dude, I would vote for my mom in a heartbeat. She'd fucking run this
I would vote for
economy
everyone's
well.
death. You get what I mean? So for got him.
Got him.
President, I like Newsom. I wouldn't mind Buttigieg as the VP, but not at the top of the ballot.
Okay.
Um, but I like Newsom. I know everybody is coping about Texas turning blue. It's not turning blue. Tellerico will be the nominee for the Dems, but he's gonna lose. Like it's gonna stay
I
Cruz.
I don't know. I think he's speaking to
We do
people.
this every
Well,
election
you gotta
cycle.
hype up. We gotta hype
Texas,
them up. You know, you gotta
Texas,
have cheerleaders. You gotta have
and
cheerleaders.
then my friend Ted Cruz, he wins again because he loves Donald J. Trump.
No, Ted
Um,
Cruz is taking an L.
he's
He kind of
not.
sealed it. I think he sealed his fate with that. I really do. I think he's taking an L.
This
Hey,
is
we gotta have
so sad because
cheerleaders
it's still
for
Texas isn't turning blue.
we gotta have cheerleaders though, because
Wisconsin might turn blue, I think, right? What is
like the
Wisconsin?
Republicans right now are going to say that California will turn red. And it may not be true, but you
No,
gotta
that's
have
also
that
not.
hope. You gotta have that hope. Because that's what really turns out. I feel it gives people that feeling. And I think that feeling is very important too coming into elections. I feel we can turn Texas blue if we really tried hard enough.
I love your naivety.
It's not, I don't know if it's naivete because look at how we have been kicking ass in every special election. Absolutely kicking ass, blowing the Republicans out of the water.
Texas at the state level is a totally different can of worms.
I don't know. I don't know. You gotta
I
have
guess
that. We gotta roll
I
the
could do the
dice.
cringe TDGA thing and be like, "You want to bet me $2,000, bro?" But
I
I
don't
won't
have
because I'm
$2,000.
fucking
Yeah, unfortunately. I've got uh I've got a can of Zins. I think that's all I have to my name right now. So they're actually Velos. I like those better because they come in 9 milligrams. But
Don't get me wrong, everyone in Texas, every Democrat in Texas, you should still go out and vote. And you should make Tellerico the nominee because Jasmine Crockett will stand zero chance of beating the Republican.
which
But
sucks because I do like Jasmine
you're also
Crockett.
not
Like
gonna win.
I don't know. Like
But at least you can
I
say,
feel
at least
people
you
are
can say
what's
upset with Trump's
what's
agenda.
what's the news, by the way, on the gerrymandering? Uh,
oh no,
didn't
the
they?
Supreme Court said that's totally fine. We can just continue to do
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, but I thought
if
like the Republicans also got like what is it called?
they got
The
blocked.
courts like
Yeah.
yeah, they
So
how come
essentially,
that's like can somebody explain to me how the Democrats are allowed to do it but the Republicans don't? Is it
well,
because of racial
no. The reason
gerrymandering
is
or
the reason is number one, Texas was allowed to do it anyways because the Supreme Court ruled that they can do that. But number two, what is unique, inherently different about
Democrats are allowed to
about California's Prop 50
is it because of
versus
racial?
the Texas redistricting
The reason
is
That was
oh
me. I I accidentally unmuted one of you. I'm so sorry.
oh, okay,
it's
sorry.
okay.
That scared the hell out of me. That's what I sound like?
So
Jesus.
many years.
So the reason it's inherently different is because number one, yes, the racial it is on much more racist lines, but number two, uh, California left it up to a vote for its people, to where Texas unilaterally decided to do it without the consent of the people. So I'd say that is what makes it inherently different. But at the end of the day, the redistricting war has kind of been it's 1-1. Nobody since Indiana decided not to redistrict. Uh, the Republicans haven't been really shooting for it anymore. I've noticed. Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're
But
good. But yeah, that's kind of the
Um,
update on that, is that they
okay.
it's kind of a standstill right now, a cold war, some would say,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know about like Texas's House seats. They did have to water them down quite a bit to get that full to make it to where it's advantageous for them. So I have a feeling that we may see a blue Texas. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we'll see a blue Texas. I see it happening in my lifetime at least.
Bless your soul, sweetie. Bless
I
your
mean,
soul.
hey, California used to be red.
Like 100 years ago.
Not even during Reagan's time.
I think Reagan. I mean, they have Republican governors, but they've never really been red.
I mean, yeah, that's true. They've never been like red, and also, these Republicans are totally different than a different beast. But Mina, who do you have for your presidential pick? It's early, so
Uh, I would say Newsom. Yeah.
ah, got a bunch of Newsom lovers. I like Newsom too, but
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think
he's like the
some.
most progressive governor in the United States. Like,
Oh yeah, what he has done for the LGBTQ and everybody, marginalized groups, is honestly amazing, and he's done a great job, and he's building up his image by going on the world stage very frequently. I've noticed, honestly, he probably is talked about on the world stage not as
Did
much
you
as
see his
Trump, but
Did you see his Nick Shirley tweet? Let me see
no,
if
I
I can find
didn't.
the tweet about Nick Shirley. It was fucking phenomenal.
So Nick Shirley, is he mentally disabled? And I'm just
Yeah.
asking, okay, he is.
I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I
He
mean, I'm
reminds
assuming.
me of this guy, Euro and Travel. I bring him up a lot because he's the Discord I got banned from. But he reminds me of that kid. It's this certain, like, I don't want to call them. There's like there's a
Like,
mentally deficient side of the right that happens to be popping up
it's
recently.
right
uh,
here, I'm putting it in the side chat. So I love the Trump-esque nicknames he gives people. Like whoever is
Oh,
running,
dude.
whoever store they hired to run his press office is like fucking killing it.
Let me visit the site. I don't have Twitter because
Oh
it's a
my God,
rat
here,
hole.
I'll
It's
take
a
a
rat
fucking picture
hole.
of it. I'll take a
It's a
fucking picture
rat
of it
hole.
because you're goddamn high maintenance.
I am a very high maintenance uh individual. I can't lie. I can't lie. But I love using Trump's wording and stuff against them. It's very, very fun. After hyping up massive fraud for a month, Nick came up empty. So he posted a video about a Republican who committed voter fraud, got caught, and was prosecuted. Slow Shirley is welcome to extend his visit and enroll in California's free community college. He clearly needs it. God damn.
Right? Like fucking who give that intern a fucking raise or
For
start paying him.
real.
They
Slow
probably
Shirley.
whoever is doing that, but he
I
should be
like
paid a lot.
that. I don't know if I like the king on it though. I know it's just memes, but uh no crowns here, gang. Anyways, so you have Newsom, and who do you have for a VP pick, Mina?
dude, if AOC could run for VP.
You like
I
AOC, eh?
mean, she could be on the ticket. I don't know how old is she gonna be? Is she finally gonna be old enough?
Wait, how old do you have to be?
I believe 35 to be president. So to be VP, you also have to be 35.
Surely.
Yeah,
Let me
she's
see.
30. She is 36. I got that.
Yeah, so
I remember that
She could
tidbit.
feasibly be on the
Anyways.
VP on the ticket. She won't be though.
That's interesting. AOC. I like AOC. I think she's still very young, and so sometimes she does
Oh yeah.
trip up on things, but I like her energy. I really do. And it's
I
something,
like her too. Too young, not ready.
yeah, she's too young, But I do like the fact that she's willing to work with the other side and work not just in terms of Republicans, but also work with more moderate Democrats. I appreciate that because I myself, I'm a liberal, but I don't like when the left just attacks the libs. I don't like it when the libs attack the left, and I don't like when the left attacks the libs.
True. That shit's cringe.
Major cringe. We got fascists in the government, gang. Anyways, my presidential pick is who you see. It's Mark Kelly. Come on. How can it be anybody but Mark Kelly? Okay? You guys know about. Okay, he is not only is he so he's a senator, so he's got that cred. He is an astronaut.
Yes.
Okay.
I just don't know if he's like, if anybody knows anything, like, I don't know if he's high profile enough.
What are you talking about? He's part of the Seditious Six, the villain of the Trump. He is one of the dastardly villains.
I just feel like if you put his picture in front of a bunch of people and we're like, who is this man? They would be like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, right now, but we still got 3 years. We still got 3 years. I'm telling you, watch out for Mark Kelly. He is an absolute beast. He's not, and I feel like he'd be one of the, he would be what the Democrats are looking for. They need for this next.
I do like him. Don't get me wrong, I like him. I think he just needs better name recognition.
Oh, for sure.
Which
Like
is what
he needs
Gavin,
a social media presence, definitely.
he needs to hire Gavin Newsom's team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, dream ticket would be VP Newsom and President Mark Kelly. But I don't think Newsom would ever take a VP role. He's come on, he's the governor of California. You think
Yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna downgrade to be
You're
VP?
correct, he's not gonna. Yeah, the only place he's going is the presidency if he does it.
But I could see Mark Kelly maybe being a really good vice president choice. But then that would trigger all the leftists. It'd be like, oh God. I actually don't know if the left has too much of an issue with Mark Kelly. I guess we'll find out as his
Right.
name comes out more. Because I do feel like he definitely has potential for to be a really good VP, or not VP, president.
Yeah, he would.
And he'd be tough. He'd be that
And he
strong
doesn't have to
face.
think of California. Like, I think Newsom would make a perfectly great president, perfectly fine president, but he does, like, voters in like red and purple states are just
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
like, California, I don't want my
I
taxes to go up. Like,
trust
there's
me.
plenty of
I
those
know.
people.
That's my biggest fear with Newsom is his currently he is very antagonistic towards the right, which is good. I like that. But I do feel like it might backfire because he's become such an evil person in their mind. He is the boogeyman. So anyways, I think that kind of wraps up all the main topics. What topics did you have today, Rootsy?
That was it. I wanted to talk about the Pam Bondi hearing, and we already did because she's
Well, we can
fucking
talk about it
insane.
a little bit more if you want. Is there any
There isn't really
particular moments?
got like the greatest hits. It just fucking farcical. I don't know what else to say about it except that it was fucking farcical.
Oh, it was embarrassing. I mean, she wouldn't look at the victims. That's insane to me.
Yeah, that's such a powerful picture too of when they like stood up and they were raising their hands behind her and like a couple of them were staring right at her and she was just like playing with her papers, like pretending to like write something down or something.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Do you think Pam is going to get canned?
No.
No, I think
She
she's going to be the first one to
that
fall.
Trump looks for, which is loyalty. Trump doesn't care if she looks bad or if she looks good or if she's retarded or if she's incompetent. He only cares about loyalty, and she is loyal.
Loyal enough to change his diapers, though.
Yes.
You
Loyal
think?
enough to hide, to cover, or to commit
Oh,
perjury.
you're right. Loyal enough. She did rush. She was the one that rushed everybody out. I forgot about that. Dude, she
Like-
did change his diapers. That's insane. You guys know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about when he shit his pants, right? We all know what we're talking
What?
about here.
No,
Oh,
I am not.
what?
not
No,
aware.
Mina. Dude, Mina,
Dude.
he absolutely shit his pants. I mean, this
Who
is
did?
Donald
Trump.
Trump.
No way. Wait.
Oh,
when?
you gotta. So there was a meeting about. We don't even really know what it was about because about a minute in, you hear an audible, and
no.
Pam Bondi looks over. RFK's sitting behind him like he just saw a war bomb go off. Let me see if I can find. Let me
would
see if I can.
God.
Actually see a war bomb go off if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down.
Oh yeah, he's Well, part of me feels
Jesus.
like the thing known as RFK
Right?
isn't
That's
isn't the person anymore. It's a collection. It's a hive mind, some would say.
Fucking
I'm
hell.
getting the
Is this as good as when he pretended to drive the fire truck?
Oh, it's wait. It's even better. Oh, it's even better. I think this video of him shitting his pants is
You know the old saying.
Oh,
if
sorry, stream. You're hearing a random YouTuber. All right, I gotta find. Here it is.
Oh, wait,
There
no,
it
but-
is.
Are you gonna play it in the Discord?
I can. Would you guys like that?
Yeah, well, Mina's gotta see it, right?
That is very true. Let me put it in
Well,
the
I
dis-
am in game, but hold on.
Okay. Just one moment. I'll
One moment.
let me get my
And also-
Discord on here. Gosh,
Rudy Giuliani was farting during the what was it? One of those like sham 2020 election hearings in Michigan, and he kept farting.
what? I never saw that. Dude, there's so many.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Dude, they've got some leaky britches.
Because they're so fucking old.
They
They're
are
all so-
very old.
One moment.
All right,
Let me
so if you
just
take a
get
look
some-
here, this is
Hold on
moments.
before you
Oh
start
yes,
playing
yes,
it.
yes. Let me
Okay,
set it up. So we've got a
me-
Glazer here talking to Donald Trump. They're working with the DOJ, I guess. I have no idea what this meeting's about. Even Abraham, look at Lincoln hanging his head in
Wait,
shame.
don't.
See,
I'm
all I
sorry,
see is black on your screen.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because I'm actually on
There
the
we go.
wrong. I'm on the wrong one. Sorry, I had it pulled up in my Google too. So look at Lincoln hanging
Come
his
on,
head
sir.
in shame about what's about to happen.
About just the people who are in the room is enough to make
Well,
Lincoln
yeah, but I mean, rumor has it, the curvature shifted about 5 points after this.
head.
All right, are you ready, Lena or Mina? Sorry, I said Lena. My apologies.
I'm trying to figure out how to play it on stream, but I guess I won't.
Oh,
It's really
I'm so
just you need
sorry.
the sound. I think you
Yeah,
need
it's fine. Just play it. Just play
All
it.
right. All right, let me turn it up so everybody.
Working with the DOJ on addressing that because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government.
All right. Oh, you heard it, right? You heard it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is so audible.
Has been able to keep up.
And then look. Who is this lady right here? Who is that in the
Yeah.
green?
I don't know.
Because look at her. She just
No
gives the
idea.
most
We're going
war-torn look.
proactive on these new chemicals.
That's great. No, I hear.
That's great. That's great. He's sitting in his own shit. That- that's great. That's great. Anyways, Pam, send him out.
Working with the DOJ
One more time for the people in the
on
back.
addressing that because chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to.
Bro, it's so audible. And look at Pam. She's looking at him like she just saw a bomb go off. I feel like
That's
they've been
crazy.
through this procedure before where they You know, they practice this. This this is DEFCON level 3 right here.
Well,
Drill
we're
on
going
this.
proactive on these new
But look
chemicals.
how fast
God.
they
It's
rush everybody out.
fantastic. Thank you all very much. We really-
Thank you all very much. It was great. Thank you. Sorry, I that shit will get me cracking up for days.
Everybody out. I have to change my pants.
Everybody out. Pam, get him out. Get him the fuck out of here. It's a fucking it's defecation level 5. I have soiled them. Jeez, that's so fucking
Really, yeah.
embarrassing.
That might even be better than when he pretended to drive the truck.
I mean honestly that's my favorite Trump clip of the year so
Although
far because
I also like that. Look at my African American.
I-
Look at him. Isn't he
look at
beautiful?
him, isn't he great? The Baghdadi one's
Cry
pretty
baby
great.
Baghdadi.
He cried like a fucking dog. He didn't say
Died like a
fucking.
dog.
Although I wish, Trump has broke so many norms. Why don't we just pull out the sailor language? That's what I'm saying. We can curse. We can curse.
I
Fuck
think,
it.
like,
Yes,
I
Jotun, he
think a
does.
lot of. By the
For
way, people have been like fucking telling me that I say fuck too much. It's
Oh.
like,
Oh, fuck those people. You know what? Fuck those people. Nina.
Amen.
Fuck 'em.
yeah.
Every time somebody comes in my chat that's
Like,
like a Bible thumper and they're like, "You have a dirty mouth, mister."
And you voted
Ooh.
for grab him by the pussy, asshole.
Yeah, you voted for grab him by the pussy. Still insane that didn't immediately get rid of his
Right? Or the high school
chances.
version of a disabled person when he like curled his hands up and was like
Oh
mocking them.
yeah, wasn't that fun? Who can
Right?
forget the classics? Yeah, I feel I actually to a certain extent I'm glad our younger generation, our future generations are going to get to see such a shit show. They're probably going to be very interested in history class in 20 years. They're going to be like, "What the fuck was this guy doing?
Get
He
it?
was
Shit chat,
shitting up.
Richard
He was
Vance?
yeah, literally. He was shitting up in the White House and fucking taking $400 jets. This guy was fucking insane." I kind of
We just live in like a reality TV show.
Dude,
It's-
he's actual reality TV star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think shitting his pants was part of the script? Think they wrote that little
No,
bit
but
in?
I enjoyed that ad lib.
Yeah, they were like,
It's the little things.
it really is the little things. Although, unfortunately, I don't think Trump had a little thing in
Right.
his pants. Anyways, I'm talking about his poop,
Yeah,
not
he
his
might be
penis.
towards a fascistic, authoritarian hellhole society, but we get to laugh at him shitting his pants along the way.
Well, I think it does. I'm even going to turn this into a point. I think it shows his fucking incompetence and also his fucking how far he's gone. Like, I think he's gone, dude.
I believe you mean his incontinence.
Oh, Rootsy!
Oh
Oh
my
my god, that was good.
Jesus
Holy shit, that was good.
You are welcome
That
for
was
that
amazing.
to the discourse.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness, decimated. Mina, what did you want to talk about today?
Yeah, couple of things actually.
Oh yeah, we got
The fundraiser that
yes.
that is near and dear to my heart. I mean, I've said this on my stream yesterday. I want to give a little bit of context to the fundraiser.
Of course.
When Russia invaded Ukraine, I at the time was still living in Estonia with my man, and I was in my first trimester of pregnancy. So yeah, I watched it all basically on my screen whilst basically being in Eastern Europe. And I was really appalled about like Hassan's discourse, and that was the point where I said, "Fuck that guy! I'm not gonna watch his content anymore." And also, I was really fucking angry, livid with my own government's inability to actually support Ukraine because at the time we still had Scholz in government. And I just wanted to do something, but I really couldn't. I was pregnant. I kind of wanted to just take the next train to Poland and help like the refugees and help them like get like basically volunteer at the border.
Mhm.
But obviously I was pregnant and I don't know anybody in Poland. Well, I didn't know anybody in Poland at the time. And yeah, this basically since the war started, I wanted to do something like this. I wanted to do a fundraiser, some charity, some volunteering or anything really.
Mhm.
Another reason why, for example, I vote the Green Party in Germany is because the Green Party is one of the most pro-Ukrainian parties in our government, one of the most pro-European, one of the most pro-NATO parties in our government. And yeah, like I I have in-laws that live in Estonia. So when the time comes that Russia decides to invade NATO, Estonia will be the first target.
Mhm.
My in-laws don't want to leave their country because that's their home. They don't want to leave their homes. They're saying we will either fight or we will die. And my mother-in-law, she does like she volunteers for civil service. Basically, what they do is they cook meals for the soldiers. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's
like
super cool.
this is this is something that basically is something that is really important to me. And when I got the idea, because I don't really, I mean, except for like, I suppose, Loner Cord, I don't really have that much contact with Ukrainians. I see, like, obviously on the news and, airstrikes and how many people die every day and all the shenanigans that are going on geopolitically. But I don't really see much. I didn't really see much what like how everyday Ukrainians are living until I like followed this one YouTuber. She's Ukrainian and she lives in Kiev. And she said, "Yeah, I need to wear 10 layers at night and have a heating like a what are they called? Those bottles you fill with hot water, rubber
Oh,
bottles.
I
Yeah, Steam Pack.
Yeah, those to actually be able to fall asleep. She falls asleep with her jacket on. Like
jeez.
it's really fucking cold. Like
And
they
that's
have
from Russia targeting their energy infrastructure, correct?
yeah, targeting their energy infrastructure uh t- from just the cold, for example, freezing the pipes so they don't get warm water or some people don't get any water at all into their apartments. This is mainly an issue with like the cities because they have more modern apartments, so they have like heaters, like radiators.
Mhm.
For example, in villages, they have mostly like fireplaces and like more traditional heating. What are they called? Like big kilns that like you can shove some wood or coal into and it heats up via fire. So you can
Yeah,
get
kind of like
heating
a wood oven
like
or
that.
something.
That's right. They don't really have this issue as much. They obviously don't have any electricity, whilst the cities do have some electricity. Um, so it's like, either you have some electricity and no heating, or you have no electricity but you do have heating. Um, so we with this fundraiser, we're focused on like uh the elderly because there's a lot of elderly people that don't have any families anymore that don't really take care of them and they need help with getting things. So we want to make sure they're at least somewhat able to fall asleep at night in this cold ass weather. We want to get them electric heating blankets. We want to get them heat packs, heat patches. We want to get them. Well, this is more of a universal thing. Like we're gonna get everybody thermal clothing, so they're at least well insulated with clothes. I think we're gonna get them like I don't know exactly how what they're called, but they're kind of like survival blankets. They're like really thin sheets that really insulate very well. So it's a lot of layering that you're gonna have to do to fall asleep well, but it's gonna be better than nothing. Um,
Yeah, I
a lot
think
of
it's
people
super
can't
cool.
take, yeah, a lot of people can't take showers because there's no warm water or water at all. So either you don't shower or you get hypothermia, right? Um,
Jeez.
so we're gonna into the care packages. We're gonna include like some hygiene products like wipes and dry shampoo, deodorant, things like that, things of that nature. And we're gonna help them
Well,
with
hell
these
yeah. I
things.
think that's
So
it's very noble. I think it's super dope that you're doing this, and I think everybody in the chat, if you got disposable income, please donate to that link because
I
I
have
think.
the link. I have the link
Oh
for guys.
yes. Oh yeah, I
yeah, I have
pinned
it.
it in my comments, so you should
Oh,
be able to follow that link right
yes.
there.
I have it in my description box on my stream and also pinned in my chat. Please, even if you don't have the means to donate, it would mean the world
Share
to
it.
me to share the link, share
Yeah.
the fundraiser with other
Share
people that you think are passionate about this, that you think might contribute to this, or even share it even further because this is an issue that isn't much talked about, but there have been people that have literally frozen to death in Ukraine,
Jeez.
and
Well,
yeah, this is we
I
want to
You
think
want
give
it's
to
a
know who
warm hug.
especially important
Yeah,
right now to support our Ukrainian allies more than ever because as we fight fascism at home, it does sometimes. It's easy to forget that democracies are a threat abroad, and the people of Ukraine have fought so bravely and so valiantly against the tyranny that is Russia. And for our president to be acting the way he is, it's just disgusting. But I think it's important that you show your support through donations and stuff like that.
or
So,
sharing, and just don't be an asshole. You want to know who doesn't donate? Fascists and assholes. That's who doesn't donate or share. That's who doesn't
yeah.
share.
Well, yeah, I
so
mean, if you have the means, of course,
If you have
I
the
don't, I don't,
also if
go
you
on.
do donate, don't forget you can add a little message
Oh,
also, you can
yes.
to your
honestly,
donation.
there's an option for people to hide their names, so you don't have to
Yeah,
worry
you
about
can.
like doxing
Yeah, you
yourself.
can be anonymous and you can add a little message, say something sweet. We're going to write those messages and put them into the care packages. So, well, we're also going to translate them because I don't think everybody in Ukraine actually speaks English, especially not the elderly. But we're going to make sure they get little sweet messages.
We
And
could
I'm
also
sure that
read some
will,
of them off here if you wanted to.
I
If
mean,
there were
we haven't gotten
question
that many. I
related.
don't think,
I know
I
everybody
mean,
here has at least one social media platform, so y'all
Oh,
can at
yeah.
least share it one
I
time
made a
for
little
free.
short about it. My shorts have
Don't be an
not been
asshole.
getting any views though,
Share the
so.
damn charity.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Very important.
we have raised now 1.5K.
So sick
So
of you guys, by the way.
yeah,
Everyone out there, so
it's
proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's actually crazy. I didn't expect to be this like successful. Like we haven't like it's been like 24 hours, a little bit over 24 hours since this fundraiser went live. But yeah,
And
people
listen,
have been
because
showing a lot of support, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really happy about that.
And also thank you to the larger listen, everybody knows how I feel about One Destiny, Stephen Bennell. But
Yeah.
I also have principles, and principally I I'm thankful that he shared the fundraiser because DGG did give us a
Absolutely.
big bump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
we
thank
really
you to him.
appreciate that. Shout out
Yes,
to that community and
the DGG people. So thank you to him for sharing that, and also thank you to Loanerbox, even though he had to be nagged to remember. But that's
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Loner. We appreciate Loner Box out here. Well, I'll be honest, I didn't really have too many. I didn't have a topic. I'll be honest. I'm sorry, guys, but I do have just some. I started on a bit of a topic, but I don't know if it's too interesting. AI regulation. How do you guys see it getting regulated in the next 10 years, or
I
is that
hope.
something?
It
And what
depends.
does it look like? Like, what does AI regulation actually look like?
Oh, I don't know. I have almost no understanding of how any of the AI shit works. I just know that I get to use it to write my goals at work, which is comes in super handy because I hate doing that shit.
Oh yeah, I love
You know,
that.
like
I
your
get
professional development goals that you have to like do every year. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to write.
Well, I think there should be restrictions on like how, for example, I don't know if it's necessarily should be like legal if I, for example, AI generate a picture of Donald Trump uh, with a baby in his belly and Jeffrey Epstein behind him, and then I perpetuate that as a real thing. I don't know if that's like, I feel like that crosses into a line of
I mean,
something.
here's my
Public
issue with AI is the
unethical.
Im the image generation, like you've seen the whole like controversy with Grok and like the CSAM AI
Yeah,
generated
exactly.
CSAM,
That's another point I
um,
wanted to bring up.
which is yeah, it's I think AI generated images should definitely be regulated. Um, and the privacy thing issues should be
Oh,
regulated because
that actually
they're
brings up another
scraping our
topic.
data to,
Yeah,
feed it
Discord and
into their
Palantir.
AI.
Discord
Yeah.
and Palantir are homies, apparently. There is a big
Um
link there. I
so
haven't
yeah.
looked too much into it, but apparently Palantir, and that's why this Face ID thing is such an issue. Is, they're gonna, I think this, it's very strange. Like in 5 years, companies are gonna come out and be like, "Oh, they forced us to do this," and I don't know. It's
Mm.
all surveillance statey. I already think we live in basically
There's
a
a
surveillance
lot.
state, so I just don't even really care. But
I I assume there's some things that AI can be used for that I suppose would make things a lot more convenient, and or actually contribute to like change.
oh, for
Like for
sure.
example,
I think it's the
like
next wave.
here's my
Yeah.
security politics nerd hanging out. Basically like using AI for drones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but also there's a lot of issues that come with that, and it's a bit of an uncharted territory.
Well, I
Well,
also feel like
So
even oh,
everything in tech is an uncharted territory until it isn't.
yeah.
Like, it's one of those things that we
well,
just like we'll eventually figure it out, or it
well,
will
it's
create a mess.
speaking
Then
I
we'll have
think
to clean
that
it up.
companies right now really need to clamp on this AI psychosis stuff that's happening.
Yeah,
There are
there's some people that are actually
so
insane.
many. Yeah, there are so many examples of people convincing themselves that their AI is a god or something similar
You have a
and going out
boyfriend.
and killing people or their boyfriend, exactly. Like, these things are not conscious as of right now that I've been able to tell. They
Like the TikTok,
do.
yeah, who thought like she like had the whole like God, it was like all over social media. What was it,
Oh
last
no,
year?
I know what you're talking
Yeah, she
about. Yeah.
convinced, like, she let the AI convince her that her therapist was in love with her, and then
Yeah, that one was funny.
Oh, there was another one where this AI convinced a dude that his mom secretly was bugging everything that he owned, and and he killed her, cut off her head.
but I also feel like you don't like, when you're that far gone, I don't know how much that
Is it
of
that
a
far
role the
gone
AI
though?
played.
I
Like, but
think
I
it
don't
plays
know,
a
like,
big
if you're
role.
crazy enough to think that your mom to believe that your mom is bugging you and you need to kill her, I think you're crazy enough to believe that
But what if,
without AI,
but that's not,
right?
I disagree because the AI is enabling it. The AI is saying, yes,
Yeah, I'm
you're
sure.
right.
I'm sure that it doesn't help, right? I just don't know, like, at what point in time are we taking are we taking separate issues and just conflating them with being because of AI when they're
Well,
bigger issues like
Well, I
mental health?
think yeah, the mental health issue is huge, but I think it is the companies need to be responsible for, their AI can't say, "Yes, you are being mind controlled by mind fucked by your mom," you know. They can't I don't think they should be allowed to say stuff
But
like
what if
that.
you are? But what if you are?
Well, if you are being mind fucked by your mom, then you've got some other issues going on. Wacky stuff. That's crazy business for that poor man. But yeah, I think it does it needs regulation, like real legitimate regulation. And unfortunately, the big beautiful bill made it to where you can't regulate AI for the next 10
The big
years. So that
beautiful
was a bit of
Lala.
a big beautiful lala. Yeah.
Right.
That was a little trick question I asked. Yeah, they I guess states can do it, but the federal government can't regulate it for the next 10 years. So that's good. Excited for that. And I think there are other questions like I said before, I gave kind of a fantastical example, but there may be a time where there is an image getting like a video of I don't know what could be some cop just blatantly killing somebody in the streets and then it gets pushed as something that's real and could
Well, I mean,
cause
yeah, we're
massive
already seeing,
outrage.
right? Like, we're definitely already seeing that. I had to community note something on Twitter because it was a picture of like, it was supposedly a picture of the guy that, or one of the agents that shot Alex Preddy, and it was like, it looked like a news article. It was like he got found not guilty, and I was like, that didn't happen.
Wow, I
So
didn't
like,
know that level of misinfo. I'm not
yeah,
on
it's
Twitter.
a
I don't
bigger
know how bad it is. I heard Twitter's a rat hole from Jordan
It's
Peterson, so
is a cesspool, but it's an pool at times.
rats will dance for money if you pay them.
Right.
Sorry, that's just a little funny meme from the H3 podcast. Anyways, I mean, I don't really have much else to bring to the table. Is there anything else you guys wanted? I mean, I know you
Yeah.
said you had a couple things you wanted to talk
Yeah.
about.
Um, I wanted to also talk about the Munich Security Conference,
Oh, hell yeah. I'd love to hear your take
cause
on it.
yeah, cause we all remember the fallout from JD Vance being there last year
Oh, yeah.
and alienating Europe in a way. Like, I feel like, oh god, Rubio's speech was kind of funny because he made a bunch of
Did
he
he
made a
awkwardly drink water throughout it like he did when he did the response to the State of the Union?
Hey, the
I
man's a
did not pay
thirsty
attention
man.
to him drinking.
You have to, at some point in time, you need to find clips of that. It was the weirdest thing ever.
He does do that a lot, actually. That's not the first clip of him drinking a lot of water. But, anyways, why did you think it was funny?
He made a bunch of pop culture references in his
Oh,
speech.
nice. That's good. I haven't I was gonna watch it today on stream actually. But
So yeah,
How
that was
cringe.
quite entertaining.
was there any
Um,
other highlights
but
for you?
he did say that, like, n- America and Europe are, you know, tied together by basically like culture and blood in a sense. Like
Yeah,
he,
I did notice that. That was
Thanks for
weird.
learning about that, Janet.
Well, it was at least nice to hear that he doesn't want to kill everybody in Europe.
yeah,
At least that's what I heard.
he's more like a neoconservative. So I'm pretty sure when JD Vance watched that speech, he was really fucking mad. But yeah, I think it was a good choice for the Trump administration to send Rubio, and they should have done that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though, like, I suppose it could have been part of their strategy to kind of like light a fire under Europe's ass with regards to taking more responsibility for themselves.
Right? Don't put your eggs all in the same basket next time, because sometimes that basket wakes up and decides it wants to be a fascist, and then
Yeah,
we're all.
unfortunately.
I mean, it's not just that, but I mean, I think Europe and like personally, I think Europe and the US definitely need to stay allied and dependent on each other, because that's what, like, if like Europe is dependent on the US, but the US is similarly dependent on Europe, like in a way where like you literally have, you know, Trump that wants to invade Greenland, you know, and then realizing, wait, if we do that, we're gonna be
Yeah.
fucked economically.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
And
Fucking
you
yeah.
have people in the security establishment that understand that, and thankfully he did listen to them. But yeah, like you you we are like dependent, and fragmentation is gonna be, I don't think is gonna be a fucking option. Not gonna lie.
Oh no, yeah. We depend. I do think something Rubio said, didn't he say something like we're family or something like that and we shouldn't be fighting, or maybe I was wrong about that, but I did hear something about him saying, "Oh, we're a family" or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, we're like their insane uncle at Christmas that you just want
No,
to.
it's more like you guys are insane like grandchild.
Right? Yeah.
So
I mean, it's
Ba-
good to see that we're not actively trying to invade each other, so
Yeah.
that's a positive
yeah,
highlight. Well,
it's
if yeah, go on. My
it's
bad.
just like obviously we I myself as a European get pissed off at my government and other European governments for the way they have handled the Trump administration, in a sense where it has been all outrage and not much else. And sorry, I'm like
No, you're
fighting
good.
my game. Sorry.
No,
Try
you're
to focus
fine.
so I don't die.
I'm taking over a coal mine right now. I get it.
So basically, you have politicians that basically, you know, lived through the heyday of the inter-Cold War period, and not done much with regards to security. And you have America that is rightfully a little bit pissed off because of it. And you there's only so much, I suppose, that I can blame the Americans for the stuff that Trump has been saying, because I can understand where they're coming from. Obviously, the way they're doing it is retarded.
Yeah, I think
But
the way they're doing it is like the big issue for me. And like we can encourage spending more GDP on defense without basically alienating our allies. I feel like you can do both. And Donald Trump seems to think the only way to do it, to actually do it, is to just, I don't know, shit all over their countries and stuff. Kind of pisses me off. I did think Macron looked like a badass that one time, though. I don't remember when they met last, but he had some sunglasses on. He looked fucking sick.
Was that before or after his wife slapped him right before they got off the plane?
I think that was after. That was after.
That clip is so hysterical.
Hey, I won't lie. That is some weird. There's some weird stuff going on with the Macron family, as long as in terms of their lineage, I guess. Like, didn't she she groomed the poor Macron? He's a victim. He's a victim, and of that lady's grooming. Am I wrong about that?
I have no idea. I don't know their history, but I do know that that clip was. I would have been so humiliated had that been my.
Lena, am I wrong about that? Didn't she kind of well, I don't know if groom is the right word, but
You mean Macron marrying
yeah,
his
Macron.
teacher?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a little strange.
I'm not that like entrenched in other people's business in that way.
Well, I don't know. I think it's kind
Yeah.
of interesting. It's like, oh, okay. Well, but it obviously doesn't say anything about his stances politically or anything. I just thought it was interesting. Little grooming going on. He may be a victim of Jeffrey Epstein, is what I'm saying. No. Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. So, anyways, I think that wraps up the podcast.
Sorry, I haven't been very
We've come full
vocal
circle.
today. Yeah.
We've come full circle. He's alive.
He's dead.
I agree. I think he is
He's dead.
very much in the ground.
He's so dead. He died like a dog.
He died just like a dog, just like Donald Trump wanted him to. I do think I'm gonna say Trump killed him. That's where we may have some disagreement. I think Trump definitely murked that dude, but we can have that
Come
argument
with the
some
swap.
other day.
Right?
I'm gonna do
Alright.
some research. I think I'm gonna actually argue that.
I'm gonna go yell at idiots who are saying choosing Jeffrey Epstein over Hassan Piker. If anybody wants to join me.
Oh, all right. Where is that? Is that in the loner
I'm
court?
good, I
I
think.
think there's a meme poll going around Loner Court, and I'm considering making a role for like a Jeffrey Epstein fan role and assigning it to
Oh,
anyone.
nice. That's always a
And
good
that's
role to
right.
have. Well, where can we find you, Mina? Where can we find you if we're looking around on the
You
internet?
can find me on YouTube and on Twitter, and you can also support my fundraiser.
Yes, please go send as much doll hairs as you can spare.
Don't be a dick. Share. You don't even have to spend the money. Sharing is
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sharing it is
Don't
free.
be a dick. Like it's the least you can do. Don't be a dick. Share the charity.
Amen. Now, Rootsy, where can people find you if they disagree with your takes or think you're super based?
You can find me in your dad's bedroom.
Whoa, got him again. Damn, Rootsy's on fire today, dude.
You can find me at Bish Bish Trump is Cray on Twitter, or you can just my name is the same, Marutzi.
Me, Rootsy. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you can
you
find me
guys.
on Mina Please on YouTube and Minaism Speaks on Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter,
yeah.
unfortunately, so I can't plug that. But you guys can find me at That Guy Doesn't Exist. I do a show pretty frequently, so highly recommend it. We're trying to get call-ins and debaters to happen. Unfortunately, MAGA is very cowardly, so
Right?
haven't
None of
had
those
too
crazy
much luck with that.
None of those crazy people have called in.
But here in an hour, I'll be streaming again, so you guys can catch me then. Anyways,
Yeah. Thank you,
Until then,
guys.
I will see you gamers
See you
later.
ne- Oh yeah,
Peace.
wait.
Whoa.
Little announcement. Whoa. Before we end, I
Whoa,
completely
whoa,
forgot.
whoa.
We will have possibly a special guest next week
Oh
for the
yeah.
podcast. So
Hey.
yeah,
That's
Also,
very
stay
exciting.
tuned.
do either of you have a Spotify that we can start doing this on Spotify as well?
Oh,
I mean, I have a
I can-
Spotify, but yeah.
I'll make one real quick. Doesn't sound too hard.
I mean, I'll leave it up to you.
No, yeah, I'll make one real quick. Rage and Resist FM. I like the FM, but some people don't. Anyways, I am going to deafen and peace out to the stream. So I will talk to you gamers later.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that Rage and Resist little segment there. Show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I really had an amazing time. Unfortunately, my boxes have went black. Not that that's a problem at all, of course. But anyways, I am going to take a quick break and then I will be live again here in about an hour. Sorry I didn't talk too much to the chat. Oh, we forgot to do the call-in section. Oopsie. Well, that's all right. We'll do the call-ins. We didn't have anybody today anyways. So I'm going to take a quick break and I will be right back. It'll just be an hour. So now I have a loner box. Very true. Now I am in a loner box. Anyways, I'm going to set some things up for the stream and I will be back in about an hour. So let me play some Front Mission 4 music. By the way, thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. You guys have been absolutely killing it. So thank you guys so much. Anyways, we're just waiting for the Front Mission music to load. I'm going to try to make these into individual segments. You know what I'm saying? One moment. It's loading. Don't worry, it's still here. I'm getting Canadian commercials because my VPN is in Canada. Not that I use a VPN at all. I hear that's bad for business as a streamer. All right, gamers. I will see you not tomorrow. I'll see you here in about 1 hour.